Hello, dear listener. This is Ian Lee. Welcome to the MSN Gamecast. It's episode 506. Nick is here.
Hello.
Won't be for much longer. And Verity is here.
Hello.
And Verity has just dropped the bombshell. You've never heard Kokomo by the Beach Boys?
I don't think so, but I've asked you to sing it and you won't.
Have you seen the motion picture Cocktail starring the Tom Cruise?
Mm-hmm.
It's in that.
There's plenty.
I have
in
the
that.
7-inch single with the Cocktail cover on
Okay.
it that they brought out.
Then you could maybe demonstrate to Verity how it goes.
How it goes. I could do, couldn't I, theoretically?
Tell me how the chorus goes.
It's not the way I want to go out on this podcast. Really,
Kokomo, is it like?
Ooh, I want to take you down to... That's not the tune. Those are the words, but that's not the tune.
That's almost it.
Kokomo, we'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we want to go.
Possibly.
Actually, it's not a bad song now I think about it. It's probably better
Just
than Good Vibrations.
absolutely pulling it to pieces.
It's better than Good Vibrations.
Perhaps we could re-record it.
Got tickets.
Gamecast special.
Got tickets
I
to go
like
and
it.
see the Beach Boys reunited in September. Tickets. This is how eclectic I am. Following Michael Nesmith, the guitar player from the Monkees, is doing a few dates. I'm following him to Glasgow, London and Manchester. I've never followed an artist before. I'm following
Is he
him.
actually performing?
Well, I hope so. I'll be disappointed if he's not. And then also got tickets for Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo,
Never.
Jenny from the Block. Jenny
Oh,
from the
really?
Block. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that because your wife loves her?
Yeah, but she's fit.
She is. Fit.
You've never seen my wife. I was talking about Jennifer Lopez. My wife pales in comparison compared to J-Lo.
Don't you
Well, it's
say
true.
that.
It's true. If J-Lo phoned me up now, if I turn my phone
Don't
on after
say
this...
stop immediately. Don't do it to yourself.
Would you... Which famous singer would you leave your wife for, Nick? Come on, look.
No, you mentioned it.
Oh, I know.
not sure.
I know. It's that woman that I saw in Boots the other week, a couple of months
Yeah,
ago.
but she's not a singer, is she?
No, she's not a singer.
Oh, she doesn't have to be a, all right, doesn't have to be a singer
famous.
then.
What's
Go on.
her name?
Oh, Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
You saw Penelope Cruz in Boots?
She was in Boots. I was like, what are you doing in Victoria,
I'll
London
be
Victoria
honest,
Boots?
dear listener, we're not in the glamorous part of London. We're in Victoria, which is all right. So you'd leave your missus for Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
Who would
I
you
think it's
leave?
been agreed. She's fine with it.
Who would you leave your fiancé for?
People seem to think it's a surprising choice. I think he's beautiful.
Okay, well, just why don't you tell
Jamie
us?
Cullum.
Oh, of course it is.
He's tiny.
She goes on about Jamie Cullum all the
He's
time. I
tiny.
can't believe
You fit him
it.
in your pocket.
I love him.
I met him years ago. He's a very nice
He
lad.
is so lovely.
Yeah.
I've met him.
He would
quite a
come
few
up to your
times.
chest, though. You know,
I've got photos of him. He is about.
he's a wee lad. Oh, that's nice.
I love him.
So
I've
we've
interviewed
gone-
him a couple of times, and the first time
so
I
you've met him?
I've met him at gigs and stuff.
Yeah,
Then I interviewed
yeah.
him when I was at Stuff magazine, and I thought I was being absolutely fine. And I got off the phone, and all the boys were just like, "Oh, Jamie!" And apparently I was giggling like a proper
So hang on.
schoolgirl.
You had a go at me about 3 minutes ago because I said I'd leave my wife for Jennifer Lopez.
But then we got
and
on
then
the-
suddenly you've been flirting with Jamie Cullum on the phone. I've never spoken to J-Lo. I've never met her. I've never met her at a gig. You've been virtually getting off with him on the phone. You mucky pup.
I just said you shouldn't have said she was better looking.
She is.
Right. Okay.
My wife doesn't listen to this. I can say what I want. She's got
Maybe
no
I'll drop
interest.
her a tweet.
She's got no interest in this because this is, of course, a podcast about video games. Be honest. Well, let's be honest. I feel we should be honest. We normally record these sort of every 4, 5, sometimes every 6 weeks, and there's a lot of stuff happens. We recorded the last one, 2.5?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Nothing's happened in the world of video games. The only reason we're doing it is because someone who's very close to us, Verity, who's been doing this for longer than you, as long as I've been doing it for a long time, Mick is leaving us. And it's your last day at MSN tomorrow.
It is.
So we thought we'd cram in another podcast.
Yep.
With Jaffa cakes.
With Jaffa Cakes.
It's a
You've got
tradition.
A little bit of Pepsi there. I've got some water.
Yeah, we know
Nick's
how
got
to party.
Nick's got himself a cup of tea. Mm-hmm. So you got yourself the nice drink.
We are the hardcore.
Okay,
I got you a lovely cup of water there.
A lovely one of these waxed cups of cold water. That's very kind. Thank you very much. Now, I still haven't finished Max Payne 3. He said
You still love it?
Well, I've not gone back to it because I found the last bit. You got a text there. You might want to read it. It wasn't a text. It was eBay.
It was eBay.
What are you looking at on eBay?
I'm selling loads. I'm getting married. I'm selling everything I own.
Or your Jamie Cullum photographs?
Yeah.
Go in. Was that a bid received? Or
It's a bid received, yeah.
Everything going well?
It's okay.
Excellent.
We're only one day in. More to go.
It's exciting.
It is.
The eBay app on iPhone and many other phones, but on iPhone it's the best. is very addictive. I buy lots of stuff on eBay, and you get a little bring.
You've been outbid.
You've been outbid by $1.
Go.
Ooh. I've started doing that best offer thing. When
they're
you're
really
buying,
good.
You can make people an offer. And that's quite fun. So they say how much they want, and you undercut them, of course.
I sell a lot of stuff that way as well.
Well, this
Because
guy was trying to sell something. He had it listed at 280 quid. I put in a bid of £200, and the guy comes back to me about 3 days later. Finally, comes back to me with this counter offer, 277.
So he's gone down £3.
good work.
£3, mate. No thanks. What's the point of that? I don't think he understood the whole
No.
idea of the best offer.
I sell
dynamic.
a lot on Best now, because I find when there's something big that you know, that like if you're selling a phone or something that you have an idea of what you want to sell for, auctions can be a bit dangerous.
Yep.
And we all know that getting your friends to bid up is a little bit.
It's against the rules.
It's illegal.
That's called shill bidding, and that is against the rules.
Yep. So you're not allowed to
I've
do
never
that.
done it.
Good.
I have done it once when I was younger, and I got
think it's
done
also
for
illegal.
It. I got done. Like, they emailed me saying, duh, duh, duh. I did it for a friend. Like, my friend went, "Oh, can you outbid me?" So I did it, and I got an email. We suspect you've been
Oh,
shill
they
bidding.
knew.
Yeah,
I
they
had an
they
argument
did.
with a man who was selling some stuff I really wanted, and it went up. Someone put a bid that was above. I kept putting lots of bids in, and then it went above my last bid. And the guy emailed me saying, "Oh, I think you should bid again." I said, "No, this is it's reached my limit." He said, "Oh no, I think the other guy is. I think that's as far as he's going to go." I said, "No, it's
That's
really
so
reached my
obvious.
limit." He said, "Look, I think I know who the guy is, and maybe I can have a word with him because I'd really like you to have it because you seem like a nice guy." I told him to get naughty.
Yeah, that is not good.
That is naughty. But you've done
I
it
think
yourself.
I did. Well, years
So
ago,
that's not good.
years ago, a friend asked me to do it for
Either,
them, which was
really.
naughty. Yeah, and I got found out, and I've never done it since.
But-
So what I do is I very often put it on a bite now and have a best offer. So you never sell it for under what you want to get for it. If you've got a price in mind, I think. If you haven't, if it's something that you just want to get rid of it, then that's fine. Put it on an auction and get what you can for it. But if you've got something that's like worth a bit, or you've got an idea for it, then
But you can only give a best offer if that option is there. They don't always have the option. Okay.
Yeah, you as a seller have to choose.
Because I
it.
saw someone sell something very naughty. We will talk about video games shortly, I promise. You can skip forward about another 5 minutes. It was they're selling a CD,
What is it? I don't know.
a CD and a DVD combination. It was hooky. It was a bootleg, and its starting price from Japan. The starting price $39.99 in dollars, US dollars. So I put in a few bids. I got up to like $55. It sold for $170. $170. The next day, they put another one on, starting at $39.99. So they're obviously printing these things up. If I was the person that bid at $170, I'd be furious.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm tempted to get. Anyway, this is by the by.
Is this a record for how long we've started a Gamecast without talking about games?
Yeah, I've got nothing to talk about. Except, now normally we start with what video game? Max Payne 3. I've not
Yeah.
played it anymore because I can't get past the last bit in the airport, but it turns out what I was doing wrong is I was trying to shoot the men. What you have to do, there's a man lobbing grenades at you, you just shoot the grenade. Spoiler alert. Sorry. you could edit that. So you just shoot the grenades as they come to you. That will eventually kill everybody. So I probably won't complete it because I know how to complete it.
Did you look that up on the internet?
No, David Turner's told me.
Right.
So I haven't been playing video games, but what I did discover last night, I was a little bit ill last night. I won't go into detail, but let's just say both ends. I was bored. I was bored and a little bit grumpy in the house to myself. And I've managed to hook up my Xbox to my Macintosh computer using one of the many hooky programs out there, Connect 360 I use. It just uses the Wi-Fi, so I can stream films, music, and indeed photographs from it. But I really wanted to watch some of the YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it. It's brilliant. You type in stuff and videos come up. I thought, how do I get YouTube on my thing? And I was really ill and I was Googling it on the Mac. How do I connect YouTube up to the thing? And I was like feeling ill and I thought, Anyway, I went downstairs on my Xbox. YouTube is on the Xbox already. No one. Why didn't no one? Why didn't no one tell me?
It's all on
Yeah,
there.
how did you not know that?
I don't know. and then I was looking this morning. It's been there for about a year.
Oh, yeah. Donkeys, mate.
Yeah, that was wasn't that one of the first kind of entertainment services they added?
I think so.
I'm such an idiot. So I spent a lot. I wasn't playing video games. I spent a lot of last night YouTubing on the telly downstairs on the Xbox. Now the search engine's a little bit doesn't really come up with everything, and I struggled a bit to get some stuff. But I watched a fascinating 2-hour documentary about pop group The Monkees, and just bits of clips. It was all about the Monkees, to be honest. And so I spent the night watching.
You found
YouTube.
something about the Monkees you haven't seen.
Yeah, there was an E-Entertainment documentary from 1998 that I hadn't seen before.
You're the Xbox dream customer because this is what
'Cause I'm an idiot.
Well, that apart,
Rude.
This is what they want everyone to be doing.
Yeah.
Is using their Xbox to watch telly
Totes.
and do tweeting and
Totes.
Facebook and all of that. I don't do any of it, man.
I was totes into it. I don't know
Yeah.
if you noticed I'm saying totes instead of totally.
Totes.
I'm cool.
You're pretty
You don't do
down.
any of that. I don't do Facebook. I don't want to do Facebook on there. I don't want to do Twitter on there. But I do want to do YouTube. I do want to do the
Sky.
iPlayer.
Actually.
You do Sky,
I've got
don't
a
you?
Sky,
Yeah.
the Sky.
But
plugin,
Sky,
that's quite
you have
good.
to have a special account with Sky to do that.
Yeah, if you're with Sky, then you can plug it into.
Well, but do you have to have a special? Again, maybe you didn't hear the question that I asked. Verity, I can hear you wanting to come in. Please, time out for a second. Don't you need a special Sky account to do this? Don't you need like Sky Any Room or something?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would have thought so.
Well-
it's
Do you or don't you? That's an
it's an
integral.
account that's been given to me to test, so it's not.
Oh,
something
for
I've-
God's sakes! Well, I hope you've notified them you'll be leaving MSN soon, and they can take that away from you. If not, I will certainly forward on your details. Verity.
No, I was going to ask the same question because I thought I am a Sky customer.
Yeah, I pay for
Obviously,
it as well, yeah.
I've got one TV.
Yeah.
I've not got two TVs, so I've never bothered to watch it on my Xbox because there's no point. But if when I'm hopefully going to move soon and I've got a second TV, can I put my Xbox in the other room? But I think you need to pay an extra subscription.
It's like that
don't you?
roaming thing that you use on tablets and all of that. If
like
you
Sky Go?
if you're on that service, yeah, it's like
No,
Sky.
it's not that. It's not. It's
that
called
kind
Sky Any Room.
I think you do need an extra.
You
You
need
pay an extra
thing.
£10.
But now that Nick's leaving, I'm guessing you'll get his free
I'll
Sky
get it on my
account.
phone.
Yeah, I
No.
think you should chase that up.
You got sent one.
Go.
What have you been playing, Nicholas?
I've been playing Dawn Guard in Skyrim. It's
Whatever. Back to me and eBay. Go on, sorry.
It's the DLC that we were talking about
Yes.
last month for Skyrim, where you get to be a vampire or go hunting vampires.
Of course. Have you actually finished Skyrim yet? Did you manage to get?
I've got really near the end, and I've got to that bit that I always get to with games, where I get right up to the end and never actually get around to finishing it.
Yep.
I don't know if that's just me, but I did this with
I did that
Oblivion.
I did
as
that
well.
with LA Noire.
And just get right to it and just like I'll have a look at something else now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've got all the way to the end where they fight this dragon that they've been going on about the whole way through the game called Alduin, and you find him on top
What's
of
it
a
called,
mountain
sorry?
somewhere. It's called Alduin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you said, yep.
And he says, "Dovahkiin, I've come for you," and
Wow.
you have a fight with him. But yeah,
Dramatic.
there's a shocking bug in it in the game where you get to the top of this pretty much final boss level of the whole game, and he becomes completely invulnerable if you don't listen to his whole conversation before you
Is
start
invulnerable the
fighting
right
him.
word?
Invulnerable? Yeah, you can't hurt him.
Is that invulnerable?
Yeah.
Like
does-
Because if
like
you're
invincible.
Oh,
vulnerable-
yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you
Unbeatable.
Indestructible.
Indestructible.
welcome to Dictionary Corner from MSN.
Actually, Thesaurus Corner. So he's become invulnerable.
He has, yeah. So it's a bug
'Cause
in
you
the
didn't
game,
listen to
basically. Because if you don't stand there and listen to him
on.
berating you before you can fight him, and you decide to get stuck in early,
Yeah.
as you obviously would in real life, then this bug starts, and and you can't possibly kill him. And unfortunately, that's the point where your autosavers began. So,
Oh, nuts.
if anyone's run into this, the way around that I found it is you actually have to leg it all the way down the mountain until you escape this fight, and fast travel off somewhere else, and then come back, and it goes away, and then you can hurt it.
Okay.
So there we go, little tip.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Gonna miss those little tips from Nick. So, anything else?
I'm detecting a hint of sarcasm in this month's.
I want to hear
podcast.
about your. That was the original Skyrim. We're not.
That
talking
was,
about
yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
there's
So,
a- yes,
so
yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
anyway,
Well done, Francis, back on
on to
track.
Dawn Guard, yes, which is, it's all about vampire hunting. It's cool. It's mainly cool because, as I thought, the crossbow that you get is really awesome.
Yeah.
Because my main thing in Skyrim is I really love going around with bow and arrow, and that's my thing. And crossbow,
That's his thing.
the crossbow is like
dear.
a souped up version of the bow and arrow. So it's a cool, serious weapon. But I haven't gone down the dark side yet,
No.
and become a vampire, and that's the side that I think most people will go for, because that enables you to be this sort of huge, bony, winged creature.
That sounds like fun.
You'd be the bad guy, would you?
Yeah, I think that sounds awesome.
We've had this discussion before about being the good guy or the bad guy, and I can't do the bad guy thing
Oh,
in
'cause you feel
games.
bad?
I do feel bad. My conscience won't
Well, I
allow
have the
me.
same
Can't.
thing. Yeah, I don't know why, because it's just a game, and it's. But
I've done it a few times. You go around and kill like villagers in various games. You kill like a villager,
feel
or
bad.
push a cat off a mountain or something. But then I feel bad, and it says, your karma is. I won't do that again. I can't even shoot a chicken.
I can do it in GTA when you just go running people over randomly.
I can do it a little bit in GTA, but I still feel a bit guilty. I don't like beating women up.
No.
If I would have to pay a prostitute.
Yeah,
I couldn't just have that intercourse and then kill her.
Hard working. You should.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's two good rules for life there, I think.
Yeah.
Really.
Always pay a prostitute, and what was the other one?
Don't beat up women.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's this episode is an Olympic special.
Way!
It is.
Happy Olympics. So, in gaming news,
We didn't ask Verity.
well, I think we know what the answer is going to be. That's why I was avoiding Verity's blushes there. But Nick, if you want to ask her, please do.
What
I've
have you
been
been playing
this
this month?
awesome game called Wedding Planning. Right? It's amazing. You stay up till really late. Photoshop, Excel, between the two, kind of trying to make the numbers balance, but usually failing. Colours.
Have you got to the round? Because I played this a few years ago. Have you got to the round where you have to do the table? Who sits at what table?
That's coming up tonight.
That's a tough round. That is a tough round.
I've done the seating part,
Yeah.
but now I've got to go around and go like, oh god, they want vegetarian, they can't have cheese, they can't have nuts. That's the fun bit coming up tonight, and
Yeah,
I've heard
you'll
there's
enjoy
a
that.
big bad boss at the end
Yeah, definitely.
who wants a massive check. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, if I'm honest.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
I tried to take it back and get my money back. Unfortunately, I was unable to. Paul McCartney is composing music for a new Bungie.
Bungie.
I never know how to say Bungie or
Got it in one.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
No, isn't it?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Because they're French. Ubisoft.
Is it?
Ubisoft.
You see now, okay. I always thought it was. No, I didn't. I forget which one I thought it was and which one
this
it's
is
right.
it, you see.
Yeah,
You can't imagine Pierre saying Ubisoft, can you?
No, but I always used to think it was Ubisoft because that's how it reads. But I swear it's Ubisoft.
I think it is Ubisoft, actually.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
always think.
Ubisoft.
No, I'm pretty convinced. We'll find that out.
Answers on a
there
postcard
you
to Nick in Brighton. Nick, a new job, care of Brighton. McCartney's he's doing some music for
He
a
is.
game, but we don't know what game it is. There are no clues.
Yeah, it's the new Halo game.
Is it definitely the new Halo game?
Pretty sure it is.
Well, where have you got this evidence from?
Oh, well, I'll dig through my pile of notes here.
He has got notes here.
And writing music with Bungie. No, it's not definitely new Halo game. I made that up.
I thought so. Listen, you can't tell lies in your last ever Gamecast.
No, as
He's
well.
just going to put out like loads of
I
fake
break the habit
rumours.
of a lifetime.
He has been involved in other computer games, of course. Give my regards to Broad Street on the Spectrum. Which
I had to look that up after getting your email through with this.
Really?
because I don't know if I knew that at the time, but it was 1985.
Yeah,
so
I played it. I
might
don't
have
remember
forgotten.
it. Verity, you going to be sick?
Hand up.
Yes, Verity's got... Yes. Verity.
Carry on your own for just 5 minutes.
Oh, something's afoot.
Continue.
Wow, something is afoot here. This is exciting, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, oh, okay. Verity's off to the toilet. It's not very exciting in the slightest. Then. Wee break.
At the time I was like, there's no time.
So, wait. Well, she's gone. What's it? All right, love. Brilliant. She's gone. Why are you going? Why can't she be going?
It's going well, isn't it?
I know. Let's be honest, man. She's dragging this whole podcast down. It's you and me. We're the 18.
All the eBay stuff and all that.
What's she talking about? Weddings,
Yeah.
eBays. Jamie Cullum. He's tiny. He's going out with Sophie Dahl.
I've tried to tell her. You know.
Where are you going? Can I come to? Can I do a pod? Let me come and do a podcast with you.
We'll sort it out.
I
We'll
will
sort it out
ditch. I will ditch her within a second.
Done. We should talk about it afterwards.
Can't we get the other lady? Who's the other lady we used to? Jane.
Oh yeah.
Can't we get the original 18 back together again?
I'll get her on the phone.
Do, because
it's not really working, is it?
it's not really. And if you go and it's just me and Verity and some other loser coming in, you know, I'm worried about it.
You'll still have the Jaffa cakes.
But you're one of you, and you're like my mate. I'm going to miss you.
Oh,
We've texted each other. I've never sent Verity. I didn't know Verity's phone number, and I've sent you texts, and I've been to your old flat once.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? In 3 years, that is a big commitment for me.
I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it too, man. It's just, you know, just worried that if is just me and her and some new person, or maybe not, that it's going to drag things down and it's going to be a rubbish
She's coming
show.
back.
So, yes, I think I played it, but I don't remember what happens in it. Right? I don't remember what happens in it. Did you find out anything it's based on the film Give My Regards to Broad Street? Right?
What are you talking about?
Give My Regards to Broad Street.
It, yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah. I looked it up. I found it on YouTube. And
you two, you look like so naughty.
What?
What have you been saying?
Yeah, I've been talking about this game because it prompted a long discussion about this game.
We've been having good fun with this one.
So you looked it up and what did you find?
It was really
I'm
cool.
looking forward to doing the show with you. I'm just thinking that. Literally, that thought's just come into my head. I don't know whether we've said that out loud. We're going to have a good time. But Nick,
definitely,
might have to rename it.
It's good game. Okay. Give My Regards to Broad Street. Yeah.
The film is awful.
Is it? Well, that's what it said. It said the
film is awful.
They brought out a CD, or so. The music was apparently great.
Yeah, the music was good.
Went down really well.
Yeah.
The film was rubbish.
Well, the film is Paul McCartney's recorded a new album, but the master tapes have gone missing, and he's got like a week to find these tapes before the record company closes or whatever. There was a guy that was working for him who was an ex-con, a criminal, but McCartney's a scene in the pub, and Party goes, well, I'm all up for giving people a second chance, so you're in. And then this guy goes missing, and so do the tapes. Everyone's going, this guy's stolen it. He's going, no, they can't have stolen it, but it looks like this guy's stolen it. Anyway, right at the end of the film, it turns out this guy got locked in the toilet at Broad Street Station for a week, and McCartney finds him, and that's the end of the film. They find the tape.
Right.
But it's not the end of the film, because that's a bad ending anyway. To make it even worse, it turns out all of that was a dream.
Oh,
I hate that.
He wakes up in the back of a car.
They're like the worst endings. That's something you do when you're at school, in primary school. Write a story and then it's like, it was all a dream.
It was all a dream. And he's also Beatles Rock Band is the other game. If you can think of any other games McCartney's involved in, I'm sure there will be others, then facebook.com/MSN Gamecast. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale is coming out in late October. And what interests us is one of these games where everyone gets together and they have a bundle and it's all the big stars. But Parappa the Rapper is in it.
Yes.
Do you remember Parappa the
Yes.
Rapper? That was an awesome game,
It was
wasn't
so
it?
awesome.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to follow me, I'll show you a fact. The things I teach you, I show it to picture. I don't know, but to a teacher. Kick, punch, kick, punch. Oh, down. I've got the soundtrack album at home.
I've never have known.
Oh, it's good.
Sounds good.
He's in it. I think that Parappa's kind of one of the most overlooked games because it's brilliant.
Parappa the Rapper.
He fought vegetables, didn't he? Like onions and various things.
Well, he didn't fight them. He rapped with them. It was all very friendly.
There wasn't any fighting involved.
There was there was a karate scene.
It's the kick punch bit that's
kick,
throwing
punch.
me.
It's all in your mind. If you want to follow me, I'm sure
that's the
things
one,
I teach you. I show to beat you. Kick, punch. But there was different scenes. There was a cookery program. There was a scene where he's desperate to go to the toilet and he has to out-rap everyone to get to the front of the queue. I think it's a driving instructor. Then there's a brilliant song at the end. I will facebook.com/MSN Gamecast. There'll be a YouTube clip. I will paste the final song because the final song is awesome. Anyway,
I loved Parappa the Rapper.
It's a good game. There was a sequel as well. I think it was called Parappa the Rapper 2.
Oh, was it?
Which I don't think was very good. So I asked you both to think of any overlooked games that you might.
Parappa the Rapper.
Oh, that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of. Nick, have you got any?
Yeah, I was pinching one off of our Facebook page actually. Gary Dooton came up with Vib Ribbon.
That is an awesome game.
Which was a really great shout, I thought.
I've got that. A friend of mine bought that. It's really expensive now. It's like about...
Is it?
It's like about 25, 30 quid on eBay.
Yeah.
My friend bought it for me for my birthday a couple of years ago. And I played this about 6 months ago. It's brilliant.
Is it still good now?
It's still brilliant. And it can't date because it's just vector graphics.
Yeah.
So it's always going to look... it can't date because the graphics are kind of sort of timeless. And it's wonderful. You put in...
and you play it to your own music as well,
your own
don't you?
compact disc in CD, and you play the music and you do the moves and stuff. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful game. You don't know what it is, do you?
Nope.
We'll put another YouTube video up on
Yeah.
the Facebook page. We're going to spoil you lot with YouTube videos. 'Cause it looks like we've done work, but really, we haven't done any work by doing that. Your game, Verity. And don't just pick one from the list that I see you've just pulled out in front of you.
Well, I was just checking what other people had to say.
Okay.
I would say that it's obviously going to be something a game that I like, and so and I always think that when you look back on games that you played years ago, that you might have a bit of an inflated view of them. But anyway, I love Maniac Mansion. Everybody knew Day of the Tentacle.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Day of the Tentacle. Because it was the big kind of LucasArts, all the cartoony, a bit like Monkey Island, whatever.
Yeah.
But Maniac Mansion came before that, and fewer people seem to know about that. Do you guys ever play Maniac Mansion?
I didn't know.
No. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, yes.
It was a LucasArts, like really...
Like point and click?
Yeah, it was
you love your point and
obviously,
clicks.
I like my point and clicks. And I think Maniac Mansion for me was bloody hard. Can I say bloody?
Yeah, we can say
Yeah,
that.
It's fine.
It was bloody hard.
You just can't say
Oh, okay. And I never finished it. I still haven't finished it. Maybe I should go back to it.
It's probably one of those ones you can get on the iPhone now, isn't it?
I don't think so. I might have to have a look, though.
If it's not, it should be. It's
Yeah.
about time
Have a
they
look
did
now.
that.
Have a look now.
Shall I look now?
Yeah, you have a look now. We will read the ones that people have been posting
Yeah.
on the...
The other one that I was going to say, which I don't think is all that overlooked, but is Advance Wars, the whole Advance Wars series. I'm not sure all that many
it's
people...
kind of been forgotten a little bit. The first one was amazing. I love on the what's that little thing?
Yeah, the Game Boy, yeah.
Game Boy, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes.
I was so into Advance Wars.
Advance Wars was brilliant, and then suddenly you get to like level 23, and suddenly it becomes impossible to do.
Yeah.
Really, really hard.
Exactly that, yeah.
We asked you this on the Facebook page. Richard Gardner says Vanquish was a fantastic game from this generation that I think got overlooked by seemingly everyone. The Dark Cloud series, says Gavin Delaney. No One Lives Forever 2, says Lee London. I've played the single-player campaign many times, start to finish over the years. Also, what's happened to Half-Life Episode 3? I don't care because the Half-Life games are rubbish.
Oh, controversial.
Ooh, hey, the second one, I got really far into the second. Because I had a soft spot for the first one because it was the first game I ever played multiplayer online on the PC, 56k dial-up. People were like appearing and hanging in midair and jumping all over the place, but it was the future. So I've got a real soft spot for it. And I got really far in Half-Life 2, and I just thought, I'm not enjoying this. This is the most linear game I've ever played. I might as well just walk in a straight line for all the pleasure I'm getting out of this.
But it's generally regarded as one of the greatest games of the last decade.
Yeah, by idiots. Everyone who regards it as that is wrong.
Yeah.
Totally wrong.
Fair enough. I'll accept that.
But what is happening to Half-Life Episode 3?
Nothing.
Okay.
Because it hasn't even been announced.
Gary Dutton says, speaking of Vanquish, Inaba's previous company, Clover, I should have read this before I started reading this out, it could be quite dull, put out a mini goldmine of titles that were mostly overlooked. Oh, it's not dull, I apologise. Oh, Beautiful Joe! Yeah, I remember that. That was the one where you had to go around and take photos of things.
I didn't play that.
Proper
What did you
bonkers
do?
Japanese game.
Yeah.
You were like walking down the street, and then something would happen, and you had to get I think you were like a paparazzi or something, and you had to get a specific photograph. So there would be like a house on fire, and you had to go... And if you walked past it, you couldn't stop walking, and you couldn't get the picture. And you're walking down, and then there's a man being chased by a dog, and you'll get points for it.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
There's something about Japanese games and taking photos, isn't there? Because they put it in Dead Rising as well, the first one.
Yes, they did.
You had to take photos of zombies all the way.
Japanese games are proper mental. Fraser Burling says Magin and the Forsaken Kingdom and Castlevania Laws of Shadow were both overlooked. Gary Vib Ribbon, Chris Jackson. Could you? Okay, here we go. Look from Chris. Could you ask Nick to say something very slow? Is your name Nick? I've been calling you Mick the whole thing. I do apologise.
That's all right.
Could you ask Mick to say something very slowly with a slight sarcastic tinge in his voice? Just because it's going to be the final chance to check if he really does sound like David Baddiel or if it's just my imagination. So could you say you're having great fun recording these podcasts and you're going to miss us? Slowly with a slight sarcastic tinge in your voice, please.
Certainly. Well, I'm having great fun doing these podcasts. It's been so enjoyable, and I'm going to miss you all an enormous amount.
Chris, you're absolutely right. He does sound like David Baddiel. Robert Suarez, I couldn't think of much bad to say about Nick. Ha 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 ha. But I mean, still, good luck with your new job, man. I mean it.
Yeah, I mean it makes it sound like he doesn't really mean it.
It does. That's the little sarcastic bit
Yeah,
at the end.
I mean
isn't
it.
Yeah.
Really, I mean.
Also, Lee London says, Robot Arms glitch in the system for original Xbox. Go and buy it for about £1. There was a petition at one point. I think it means petition. There's a live belch live on Gamecast. As the developers didn't make a sequel. Never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either.
But if it's £1...
Yeah, but it might not even run on the 360.
Yow,
if it's
nuts.
original Xbox, that's £1 down the drain, isn't it?
Why weren't you funny in the previous 3 years of doing this?
Well, you know.
So Sounds like you've got a great sense
Letting
of
loose.
humour.
I've been building up to it.
Maniac Mansion, or
Yeah, not available on the
okay,
on the
you can
App Store.
put that down now. What are
I'm
you
looking
doing?
to see if it's available anywhere else now.
Totally doing Facebook.
Totally not.
Okay. Oh, now there are rumours
amazing.
of the next PlayStation and the next Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, there's rumours of a PS3 Super Slim model. Boring. Why? What's the point?
I don't really. Yeah, wasn't the last one slim enough? It's
Sorry, Nick, I have to stop you. The Verity is raising a fist in the air like a 14-year-old boy who's
Really?
just seen a girl in a bra and pants.
No, it's Maniac Mansion.
Tell us about it.
It was a news story from last year, but it's something from Kotaku saying that holy, yeah, somebody is. I can't say that word. You told me.
Yep.
Somebody is remaking Maniac Mansion. Maniac Mansion, if you don't know, is a classic adventure game from LucasArts, then known as Lucasfilm.
We've almost done enough time to done the minimum amount we need to do. So
That
we
spawned an
can
entire generation
speed
of
up.
titles like its sequel, Day of the Tentacles,
Maybe a
and
bit
Max Fate
faster.
Atlantis, and now it's getting a
get
remake.
remade. And that was from a year ago.
Yay! That was from a year ago. so
MSN
hopefully,
Gamecast, we have our finger on the pulse.
hopefully
Yeah,
it's
out
nearly
now.
Ready.
Could be out there now.
It's not.
We literally just don't know.
I've googled it. It's not.
PS3 Super Slim. What's your view on that, please?
I don't think it needs to be any.
Of course
slimmer.
it doesn't. Sound desperate. But the PS4 has been in development since 2010.
Apparently.
According to an online CV from Sony R&D, and I didn't write down what research and development director. This is her name, Attila Vass.
Wow.
that's a great name.
That's a good name, isn't it? If I have another son, then Attila Vass will be his name. So this is one of those things where someone has put something has leaked online, and everyone's going, "Oh, wow, well, maybe this."
Do we think that maybe that could? No, it has to. Well,
If a PS4 is going to come out,
they can't bring out a slim and then a 4.
well, they could
That's just
do.
stupid. If they've got a 4 since 2010, there's maybe another year or so left on it. But
Didn't they
that
bring
would be
out a
silly.
tiny PS1 after
Yeah.
PS2 came out?
If they're going to bring out the PS4, they'd keep flogging the PS3 anyway, because the PS2 has lived on.
Yeah, but do they need to make it even skinnier?
I think so, because the thing with making it slimmer is they'll also make it cheaper,
Yeah.
and they'll end up being your 99 quid console when they bring out the PS4.
Nice.
So
I do need that extra half a centimetre under my television. I really do. And then there's been talk about the new Xbox.
Yeah, that was this leaked document that appeared from. That's also from
Well,
a
yeah,
couple of
there's
years
two-
ago.
yeah,
There are
there's
two
two
things.
things.
So there's the check document. What's this?
Yeah.
Well, the
Which
one
they've
that I'm
announced-
thinking of is the PowerPoint presentation that got leaked.
Oh, I've not
Which
heard of
meant-
this.
Yeah, and Xbox, Microsoft have said that it's real.
Tell me more. Did he put up a fight?
Yeah, it's a presentation from an internal Microsoft document from
Yeah.
a couple of years ago that shows the blueprint for the way forward for Xbox over the next few years.
Okay.
And it details a few things that have already happened.
Like YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's top of the list right there, with a little note saying, "Don't tell Ian."
Everyone, don't let him know.
And then there's a bit of detail, smart glass and things like that as
Right.
well, so that gives it an ounce of credibility.
Yeah.
And then it's talking about what the Xbox 720, as it calls it, would be like, and it's got a Blu-ray drive, and it's got Kinect 2 and all of this sort of thing. But we probably shouldn't be talking about it too much, because Microsoft's been sending out cease and desists on
Oh, well, okay, well, we won't talk about that, but there's been a Czech website that has that had some documents. Was this the documents that the Czech website had?
I
Very
suspect so,
possibly,
And it
yeah.
was told to take them down, and it talks about 3D capabilities, and it talks about it being released in 2013. That's next year. So next year could be the year for the things. And also, several Xbox
Eight domains were brought up.
have been registered. Loads of different kind of variations. which
People
would
don't know.
imply-
People don't know if they're doing it because that's what it's going to be called, or they're just kind of brand. What's it called? Protection, like so
Yeah.
people can't.
Land grab.
Yeah, land grab of like.
Xbox 8 is a lousy name.
Yeah,
I
really.
think it's
hope-
got legs though. I think that might actually be it, because there's been loads of rumours about the Xbox Infinity with that Infinity loop,
Oh.
and that is an 8, isn't it? So it could be called
Yeah, Xbox Loop,
8
because it was
but then has
Xbox
that.
Loop. But that was what it was.
Loop, yeah, Loop,
Loop
was
was,
talked about,
was talked about.
ahead of Connect as well, wasn't it? They were talking
Yeah.
about Loop and stuff.
We're like Columbo, Poirot, and Miss
Miss
Marple.
Marple.
Yeah.
Well, aren't we just?
I'm chuffed that I'm Columbo.
I was Columbo.
Oh, damn it.
Who are you, Poirot?
My Poirot.
You're
Oh, that's
Poirot.
all right as well.
Poirot's still
I
pretty
like
awesome.
his tash.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, we've got a phone call. Is that your mum? No. Was that the fella?
What's he calling me for?
What's he calling you for?
20 to 4.
You want me to say he loves you? That'll stop. It'll be about money. It'll be about the flowers.
Yeah.
It'll be about something.
Table plan.
I wrote this down. Oh no, I didn't write this down. You wrote this down. Look, you've confused me. Probably the biggest game collection ever sold. What's this?
Yeah, this. Is this actually true? I don't know, but it appeared up on online eBay auction.
We're back to eBay.
Yeah, full circle. Apparently, the biggest games collection ever, and it sold for $1.32 million. Which is like actually, it was the price was actually in euros, and it was €1 million.
Is that their best offer?
But yeah, I offered £200, and they weren't interested. It's a collection of loads of full sets of games. It's thousands and thousands of games, including every title ever made for a Sega platform.
Wow.
Every game ever released for a Nintendo platform, up to and including the GameCube. And thousands of others, and lots of them are still factory sealed.
Who was selling this then?
Well, this
that's
is
not a collector,
is
it? That's something a bit special.
Yeah, I mean, there's photos of all of these games on the listing. You can still find it if you search on eBay. The original story here I'm quoting is from Eurogamer. It's the actual name of the person who's selling it isn't listed. They've just got their random eBay name on there. But yeah, it's gone for
$1.3 million.
$1.3 million. Would you pay that for all those old games? I mean, it's kind of a cool collection, but at the same time,
who has got that much money?
I'd love to know who's bought it.
Well, this is why I'm wondering if it's real, because I think the listing's real, but you quite often with these eBay listings, you get someone just puts in a monkey bid, don't you?
Yeah.
Puts in
a monkey bid.
A monkey bid. I've never heard that phrase.
It's new.
Is that the same as shill bidding?
It's similar.
It could be. There's that casino, isn't there, that buys that spends like $1 million on a bit of cheese on toast that looks like Jesus.
Golden Palace.
Yeah, maybe it could be something like
There was
that.
that woman got her head tattooed, wasn't there, for enough money from Golden Palace? She
Really?
got it tattooed on the front of her face.
How much did she get paid?
I don't know.
I'd do it for $1 million.
Would you?
No,
I would do it for $1 million. Yeah.
What anything? What?
Well, not anything. I'm not going to get like something racist or something tattooed on my forehead, but I'd get Golden Palace tattooed for £1 million, not dollars, pounds.
Golden. You'd have that on your face for the rest of life.
Well, then I just pull my hat down. I could. So basically, I'm getting paid £1 million to pull my hat down. I can do that.
Forever.
I could totally do that. Pull my hat
You
down.
could spend some of the money getting it lasered off.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd never come off completely, though, would it? You'd have like an outline
I
of.
just wear a beanie for £1 million.
Forever.
Well, yeah, why not?
No. There was that girl who got Drake tattooed on her forehead because Drake, the singer / rapper. No, okay.
Not the Uncharted character.
No,
She might have been a really big fan.
No, he one of the lines in his songs is "Get my name tattooed on you, so I know that it's real." And she went and did it.
She did.
And he got wind of the picture and was basically like, "You silly girl."
Did he give her £1 million?
No.
I had a woman when I used to radio show on Absolute. We used to get mental people phoning up. And there was a woman who phoned up who was going to get my name tattooed on her arse.
Did she ever?
She didn't, but she got another presenter's name. She'd had another presenter's name tattooed on her backside. Because I thought it was a wind-up. She said, "Oh no, I've done it for Tim Shaw, I think it was the other presenter." And I was like, "Yeah, all right." And loads of people phoned in and said, "No, we think she has actually done it." And she sent me a picture of his name tattooed on his backside. And I went mental. I said, "Don't you dare put my name on your bum. I don't want my name on some strange lunatic woman's bum." And she didn't in the end, because I did get a little bit funny
As far as you know.
As far as I know. That's weird, isn't it?
That is weird.
And that wasn't for money. That was just because she was a really big fan. 1 point. Okay, well, we'll see if we can do a little bit more research into that, but we probably won't. Let's be honest. GTA 5. That's coming, isn't it? It's coming soon.
Yeah, well,
it's out, isn't it? It's out.
They say it's going to get first airing at Gamescom. They say.
When's
maybe
Gamescom?
End of August.
Okay.
So it's about time, really, isn't it? How long has it been since the
that trailer? A while.
Several months now, and it's got to be coming out. Well, if it goes to form with Rockstar, they'll bring it out in May next year, so they've got to start ramping it up a little bit with GTA 5. I think Gamescom sounds like a good shout, but maybe it's just an inspired guess.
Do you think they'll bring it out before E3 then?
They almost always bring their big games out in May.
One of my favourite stories you've picked out here is catchphrase star Roy Walker will be in a Wii game.
Quiz party.
How
see
awesome.
See what you see. Yes, that's all I have on that story, but that'd be good. I like
a
a bit of
lovely
Roy
little
Walker.
nib there.
I like quiz games on consoles, like family quiz games. Remember Buzz?
Yes.
Was a good one.
That was for PlayStation, wasn't it?
It was PlayStation, I think. Yeah, and like those movie games. I like all that.
Yeah, it was good for family get-togethers.
Good for Christmas, 'cause my mum would have a little go
always
and
buy my
stuff.
stepdad one for Christmas because he wants to be a
Millionaire.
millionaire. Deal or no deal. That was long though.
I played a terrible trick on my mum on the Millionaire. I said, either if you get the £1 million question, there's a form in the thing and we write off and we get £1 million. She got the £1 million question. She couldn't believe it. She was over the moon. She's like, oh my God. And I said, I'm really sorry. It was a lie. She was not happy. She was not happy. Let's go to some of the Facebook comments that some of you put. Robert Suarez says, about 2 years ago, somewhere within the depths of the internet, I found this podcast. He's talking about us. And from there, I caught up with every last one. Ha! Listening to like a podcast a day or two. It's really become something I look forward to. But I just wanted to say that listening to you guys ramble and argue and munch on whatever Jaffa cakes are... Sorry, what?
Wow.
You must be like an American. Are you an American? Because I'll be honest, not really that happy about you listening if you don't know what Jaffa cakes are. So thanks for that, guys. All three of you are sincerely awesome people. Yeah, definitely an American. Keep up the good work, Ian and Verity. And Nick, you don't need me to tell you contributed massively. Oh, are you serious? To this cast. I wish you the best in wherever your road takes you from this point on. And Ian, spelled incorrectly, and Verity, I'm sure you guys can hold it down. Definitely American without
American.
Nick. I'll still continue, like much of your audience, to be as faithful as ever. We talked about...
thanks, Robbie. Didn't even say thanks. That was lovely.
Yeah, it was a bit creepy.
Ah,
It was creepy.
He needs to do his
Oi.
research about Jaffa cakes.
Yeah, exactly, and I have to spell my name.
I think that was just a typo. Chill out. Just got the A and the I the wrong way around.
We were asking Netflix or Love Film as well. Ben West has posted this question on there. I've tried both. I think I prefer Netflix. The TV series Dexter, Firefly, Doll's House are the winning factor for me, and I think the film choice is better. Got very bored of the Love Film choice pretty quickly. Netflix is kind of a joke on Twitter. There's lots of jokes about Netflix not having a very wide selection on Twitter. I've not really checked either of them out, and I should do because
I've not checked Netflix out.
What do you love film? You love film?
Not currently, but yeah, I had a trial of Love
Paul
Film.
says, I've had Netflix for the past 4 months, and the kids are starting to say, but there's nothing I want to watch on it. So there we go. We have no definitive answer on that. Yeah, David Turner says, yes, that ex-cop is real in Max Payne 3, but you have to find him. Oh, this is there is apparently an ex-cop. His presence represents Max's life had his wife and child not been murdered, leading to his mental breakdown over the period of your playing time. Ian says stuff and it's funny. David does his own podcast, Joypod, and it really is absolutely awful. That's the level of humour. I mean, genuinely, I'm not being... It's awful. It's just tedious and too long and not worth listening to.
Ian!
It's true. I can say that because we're like proper MSN backed. We're MSN. It's awful.
I'm gobsmacked. That's so
Why?
rude.
Why?
Have you listened to it then?
I listened to like, a bit of it. And it's awful. Why are you so upset?
I just think that's mean.
Why?
Because everybody's allowed their right to the...
Everybody's allowed their right to be
interwebs,
but everyone is also allowed their right to say it's not really worth.
David, don't listen to him. You keep doing your thing.
Ian says stuff and it's funny.
I think it's a joke because the middle bit is perfectly written in English. Is that... Or maybe he just copied that from the internet.
Paul Kavanagh says... you can read this one. You read this one because it's about you and I want to make you feel uncomfortable. So read that Paul Kavanagh one at the top.
Which one?
There.
Oh, right, yeah. I
got it, and then you
so we're to review Nick then. What a complete and utter, seemingly all-round top guy.
Ooh.
Besides the 80s style spelling of your name, which is very well spotted.
It's the N, the I, and indeed the K.
I have enjoyed listening to your informative and entertaining contributions for nearly 3 years now.
Wow, do you do another Gamecast somewhere? Because it ain't here.
There was another year on top of that as well. Go back and check out the back catalogue, Paul. Wish you the best in whatever you do, old chap. Thank you very much.
And then you've written a little response.
I did, yeah.
Hey, Paul, thanks for the kind words. It's been great fun recording the Gamecast. We've done them as far afield as Tokyo and ended up doing random things like fighting Vikings in a Hertfordshire field.
That's a good impression.
It's not bad, is it?
Sounds a bit like David Baddiel.
Yes. Simon Watt says, bad news, Nick, but good luck with all in the future. Ian did say to be honest, so I must say I'm glad you're going. You were the weak link.
Ha ha ha. That's
a lie. Where will you be going, Nick? Great podcast, by the way. Ian and Verity's arguing is brilliant. and I think they're called party blowers. They are called party blowers.
Did you have a look?
No, I didn't.
But
I did have a look, but I couldn't find it.
I still can't remember what I ever called them, but they wouldn't. I definitely didn't call them that.
Yeah, I always called them party blowers. It definitely
Really?
came back to me. Yeah.
So we did ask everyone to post comments about Nick, and those are the only 3 that we've had. Sorry.
I meant to put a little thing out on Twitter to be like, send in your.
Yeah, but you can be bothered.
I forgot. Well, then I was going to today, and then you were like, don't tweet because
I wanted to keep this one a little bit low key because of the ITV job that I've turned down. That I'm not doing this Saturday that we are recording.
Yeah, we are doing it on Saturday. Yeah.
Well, Nick, do you have any? That's it. That is your last one. We've been doing it for ages. Have you got any passing words to the listener?
Don't cry.
Well, it's been emotional. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all your support over the last 4 years. Toodle pip.
And to us, to the team.
Yeah, you're doing the outro this time.
Yeah.
It's over to you.
We finished.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
You're taking over Ian's job for the outro.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, thanks very much for listening to another MSN Gamecast. And we haven't done the Facebook page, so if you have any comments about this one, go to facebook.com/MSN Gamecast, or you can find us on Twitter. You can find Ian Lee on Twitter, or MSN Tech Verity to talk to Verity. And I will be retreating to become a contributor to the Facebook page instead.
Yay!
Thanks for listening, and
I'm going to stop you there. Is that you wrapping up now? Because you've not said one thing about me and Verity. You've not said one little thanks or don't want to prod you, but a few words about your colleagues. You were wrapping up. You were going to wrap
He
up
was
there.
certainly going to say bye, wasn't he?
I was coming on to each one of you to say thanks very much for being such fantastic colleagues and co-presenters and all of that.
Co-presenters,
Co-podders, I said.
Co-podders. Okay, yeah. And
all of that. I was going to say all of that, but I feel a little bit forced into it now. It made me feel a little bit uncomfortable, if I'm honest. So
Well,
maybe we should just move on.
okay. No, we can't end on that.
bye, Mick. Gonna miss you.
Oh, it's sad.
Oh, that was fun.
Gamecast from MSN.